Welcome back to Muse. Chef Marcus Samuelson is acclaimed for the glorious cuisine he serves at Aquavit, New York's premier Scandinavian restaurant. Raised in Sweden, he was born in Ethiopia, and now he's gone back to his roots here at Merketo 55. John Mariani spoke to Samuelson about creating high-end African food.
Throughout the whole continent, food has a completely different starting point and meaning. It's very much tied to culture, it's very much tied to religion and different celebrations around that. Where here we're very much focused maybe on the protein, there it could be spice focused, or what we call side dishes here, but there it could be staple dishes. So I think the food is fantastic, and if you're going to come with a new restaurant in New York, it better be something new to add to this already crowded food map, and Merketo is that. The word Merketo is an Italian word, and the biggest food market in Africa is in Addis Ababa, and it's called Merketo.
Do you think Americans at this point are more receptive to exotic flavors, and more specifically New Yorkers?
I think Americans are the most receptive people in the world. I think I look at this I've always been amazed at how we can have political confrontations with countries, but yet we flock to the restaurants, and I think that's fantastic. Americans are very open-minded when it comes to food. If it's good, if it's value for money, Americans will come. When I came here, Pan-Asian cooking was completely abstract. Nobody knew what Pan-Asian was. Today it's a matter of, is it with sushi or not sushi? So I think maybe 15 years from now, Pan-African might be in the same level. Why not?
Why are you here in the Meat Market District, which is a very hip and trendy area for restaurants to open?
Picking the meatpacking was also wanted to be part of fun dining, and having a large enough space that you can do several type of dining experience. Just being down here almost as in a pub, very intimate. Being part of a grander experience upstairs when you entertain maybe 6 to 8 to 10 clients. So being able to do that and shift that an African restaurant does not have to be a soul food restaurant or a mom and pop restaurant, no.
Tell me a little bit about the menu itself. How is it broken down?
I wanted to show the simplest food as it shows in the Cadoga bar, in the small plate bar menu, where we have green boiled peanuts to more complex warmed lamb tartare, to tripe, to falafel, for example. That's all African street food. That's all available throughout the continent. Or if you want to have a rack of lamb, just like you have a rack of lamb in another restaurant, but the way we approach it with our Berber spice blend is that makes it a Merketo dish. Sometimes we took straight dishes out of the continent, like our dorawat, our chicken in a pot. It's just like you would eat in an Ethiopian restaurant. But most of the times, we start with an original African recipe and making it ours, what we think is a good palate for this market.
Now, as you said, New Yorkers are very, very adventurous, and Americans, but you said you're being served things like tripe and some of the more exotic. How is that going? How is that being received?
Well, just like anything, when you were part of the revolution when sweetbread became an everyday thing, right? Or veal brain. So sometimes you have, I think, as long as you have both. Now you're giving the customer option. If you would only have tripe, I don't think that would go very well. But as long as you give people options in price, in portion size, in curiosity, in terms of different levels of mix.
Do you think you can roll this out to other cities in America?
I would love for every city to have a Merketo, because I think it just makes a better food town by have, a unique restaurant. But we're too young. I would love it, but it's too early for me to say.